My name's Ron.
And welcome. We're here to talk about our likes and dislikes on our recent cruise on the Carnival Liberty. So what should we start with, Ron, do you think?
Start with the dislikes first.
Okay, let's try that. Oh, and then we can go to the positives. It was hard to come up with dislikes, really. We had a great cruise.
Yeah.
But there were a few things that maybe could have been improved on just a little bit. So our first dislike was the food choices. We just felt that overall they could have maybe had a few better choices in certain areas. For instance, we really missed having choices of rolls in the dining room. Like they used to put a basket on the table. They don't do that anymore. They come around and just let you pick one.
One, that's all.
And we did not even get any at brunch, even after I asked for some. So that was a little frustrating.
Yeah.
And then we really missed having the fried mushrooms for the Guy's Burger joint.
Yeah.
They did not have any out when we were there. I don't know if they did other times during the week, but we couldn't find them. And then they had canned mushrooms on the pizza that we were supposed to have mushrooms on. And Ron had to ask for them, right?
Yeah, they forgot to put the mushrooms on. And then, can you put mushrooms on? So he came back with the mushrooms. But it just seems like just flop all over the place. Big sprinkle.
And they were the squishy canned kind. They were not that great.
No.
So a little disappointed there. And some of the hours were a little bit short, especially for the lunch restaurants like Guy's Burgers, the burritos at Blue Iguana. It just seemed like they could have had a little bit longer hours for people. I think they're short staffed, which we're going to get into in a minute, but the hours are very limited. You really have to pay attention to the fun times as to when they're open. Okay, our second dislike on the Carnival Liberty was the layout of the ship. We just felt that it was a little bit hard to navigate, to get around. It was a little frustrating at times because the dining rooms were kind of in the middle of a lot of the levels. And for instance, to get from 5 to 3 was just a fiasco on the elevator. If you go through on level 5, you can go all the way across on the ship. That's a little hint, but we often found ourselves like, how can we get across? There's no way.
Yeah, you have to go down and then you go back up and get the other side. So
Yes.
just how they lay out that ship. So.
Right, and same thing with the Lido deck. You know, you have to go up steps to get to other
Areas of that.
other areas, and there's no just real easy way to walk across the ship. So, all right, and our third dislike on the Carnival Liberty was just that we felt the staff were being kind of overworked. There was definitely a staff shortage.
Right.
Our cabin steward was amazing though, and we got to know him a little bit and got to chatting, and he informed us that he's now cleaning 36 cabins where he usually before COVID only had to clean 20 cabins. So there's definitely a staff shortage. They're trying to start hiring people back as they let more and more people come back on the cruises. But they're also having trouble getting their visas and things, I guess. So that's been an issue too.
So that's why you have the issue with staff's overworking.
Yeah.
So they're doing their best.
They're doing their best. But we did notice areas obviously that they just couldn't get to. You know, for instance, like the windows were not very clean sometimes. Couldn't see out very well. Or there was like in the public bathroom, I noticed, it's kind of gross, but there was a hair on the floor in the women's between the two stalls, and it stayed there for like 3 days and no one had cleaned it up. So things like that, I just think they're just overworked.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, our fourth dislike on the Carnival Liberty was just the fact that it's a little bit older ship. And we knew that going into it. I mean, it was built, or it actually started service, I believe, in 2005. So it's been around the block a few times, but it's not one of the newer ships. We knew that going in, but just for a cruise coming out of COVID and stuff, it was a great kind of way to get back into it again.
Yep, right after 3 years, so it's nice to get on the ship. So
right, but it was, it doesn't have the extravagant water park by any means. They only have one water slide, no race cars or anything like that if that's
No.
what you're looking for. It's a very basic cruise ship.
No.
Not as many restaurants, and the cabins were, you know, getting kind of worn out. Some of the furniture was kind of older.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and our last dislike, our fifth one, was just basically that.
Too short.
Yeah, the cruise was too short. I mean, you either have to take a 3-day cruise on the Carnival Liberty or a 4-day cruise. We chose the 4-day, and it was great. We had a fun time, but usually we take, you know, a 7 or 8-day cruise and just really take that time to have fun, relax,
Yeah.
and see everything there is to see. We just felt kind of rushed trying to squeeze it into 4 days this time.
And we did the back-to-back cruise, and that was a lot of fun. But we did it one time to try it out, but really we liked that.
That's right. We did a back-to-back one time.
Yeah.
This would be a great cruise actually to do a back-to-back cruise on.
Right.
You know,
That's
if you
true.
wanted that longer time,
Okay.
you could do, you know, a 3 and 4 day cruise and make it a 7. That's actually a
Yeah,
great
we
idea.
could,
Mm-hmm. Okay, now on to the likes. Here's what we liked about the Carnival Liberty. Yay! Our first like on the Carnival Liberty was just the variety of entertainment. You know, the Carnival Cruise Line, they're known for being the fun ships, right?
Right, that's what I got.
Ron's got the fun
ship.
ship on. I've got the Liberty shirt here. But yeah, they just have the greatest entertainment. I mean, the sail away party is so much fun. You know, you just don't get that level of fun on other cruise lines. And of course, they just have a variety of entertainment. Music, you can hear calypso, you know, on the deck. You can hear violin, beautiful violin
Right.
music in the
pretty.
atrium at night. Country, there was a country band on there that did a great job. Some other bands just playing a variety of music, and even a band on the island that was really fun.
Oh, yeah.
And then the shows were great. You know, they had America Rocks and Flick, which was more about different movies, scenes from movies. It was great. And then the game show, Deal or No Deal.
Yeah.
So, and some other shows. It's just too many to name right now, but they had a good variety.
Yeah, that was fun. Really fun.
Yeah. Okay, our second like of the Carnival Liberty was the size of the ship. Now that sounds a little odd because we just told you the layout was a dislike. But the size of the ship is actually smaller, so it does make it easier when you're walking around needing to go from point to point. You're not getting quite as tired out. You know, some of these bigger ships, I mean,
That's a lot of walking. I know you got elevators to do, but I don't want to sit there waiting for a long time for the elevator. So it's nice to take the stairs. You know, it's not a big deal.
Yeah, and it's just easier to navigate and get around quickly if you want to go from one end to the other once you learn the layout. So yeah.
Nice ship though.
Yeah, it is. It is. Okay, our third like on the Carnival Liberty is all of the free food choices. You know, some ships are starting, or cruise lines are starting to really kind of nickel and dime you in terms of where you're eating and the different restaurants. It's still possible to go on a Carnival cruise and eat for free if you want to. There's so many free choices. You know, you have the barbecue, you have the buffet, it's free, obviously. They have a great brunch in the dining room on your sea days. There's the deli, the Mongolian wok, the buffet on the island, and more. Free ice cream, 24 hours, by the way.
Steakhouse.
Well, yeah, the steakhouse isn't free, and there are a few that aren't free. I was going to bring those up. If you want to go to the steakhouse, that would be an extra charge. I think it's $39, I believe.
Okay, it went up. Okay.
And then if you want to get sushi, that's an extra charge. There's a place called the Seafood Shack out by the pool deck there on the Lido. That's an extra charge. It's minimal, but there is an extra charge for that. But everything else is free, so that's kind of nice. Okay, our fourth like of the Carnival Liberty is
Princess K.
Princess K's, the island. It was just amazing. if you get a chance to stop at this island, you will really enjoy your day there. I believe it's just the 4-day cruise right now that stops there. But there's a lot to do. You just feel like have your own island paradise. And there is the free buffet there. And you have that calypso band, and the water is gorgeous. The beach can be a little bit rocky in areas and stuff, so it is a good idea to bring some water shoes. But yeah, it was a great day, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Just beautiful.
Yeah.
Okay, and our last and final like on the Carnival Liberty, although I'm sure we could think of more, but we're going to limit it to 5, was the easy embarkation and disembarkation at Port Canaveral. Now, last year they built a brand new terminal for the Mardi Gras, which is the biggest ship in the Carnival line right now. And the Liberty gets to share that terminal. So it was really fun to be able to go there. It's just beautiful, and the parking ramp is great. Easy to get in and out, and it didn't take long at all, right, Ron?
Right. No problem.
Yes, off and on. Super easy, right?
Right.
So those are our 5 dislikes and our 5 likes of our cruise on the Carnival Liberty. We had a great cruise, and we hope you enjoyed this video.
Okay, thank you for watching.
Bon voyage!
Have a